Welcome back to Bear Tales. Today is a bit of a low energy day, partly because I'm cutting out my energy drinks, which is a good thing, but the lack of sugar can be a bit tricky to handle, but I've got some backup stuff for that, so it should be okay. But also it's still kind of muggy here. The temperature has dropped a bit, but not a huge amount, and what doesn't help is I still can't open my window properly because of the seagull chicks. Yeah, I just don't want to risk them falling in. So I've got the fan going again. Just returning to the messy desk to tidy away a couple more bits. I've just cleaned out all my dried out paint containers, which, there we go. I mean, it looks really cool. And surprisingly, some of this is actually still wet. And I know this dried out mostly because it's been like a year, no, maybe even more than that since I mixed it. Some of it there wasn't enough of for it to stay wet, so it just like dried out really quick because I noticed that was other stuff that was better sealed. So there's that. This is my dodgy tripod thingy that will no longer stay on this tripod. Just, yeah, it keeps tilting. Seems to be okay like that for the moment for doing intros and outros, which is good. I'm just going to move that over there. More paint that I found that I mixed. See, the light blue there, that's dried out, but there was hardly any of that, whereas this one, which you won't really be able to see, and no, I can't do that one-handed, that hasn't dried out. So, and there was quite a lot in there. So I think that's it. Oh, hang on, I've got some pencils over there. Let's get those out of the way. And the gloves. So I did get some gloves for my epoxy sculpting, because I did end up doing a bit more than I thought I was going to. One point, oh, that's my tech desk, also my drawing desk, when I'm just doing it for fun. That's a mess too, unsurprisingly. Like I said, I'm a bit of a messy person, but I'm trying to sort it out. Like, these toxic wastes are great for like pen holders. Can't get many in there, but you know, they'll do. But yeah, I need to spin this chair around. So I've got one chair for both these desks. Just makes life a bit easier, and there's not enough space for two. So hang on, I'm just gonna set the tripod down a second whilst we pull the kit out, because that's definitely gonna need two hands. So hang on, screw. Oh, I screwed it too much and pulled the thingy out, which isn't very clever. And do that one-handed doesn't help. Come on, in you go. There we are. Right, you stay there. I'm going to put you down here. So I'm just pull it up a bit. Oh, that's too much. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Down a little bit. Pull the right tab, that helps. There we go. And there's the kit. Pull you over a little bit, just so I don't knock into the camera, which I probably will do anyway, because I'm good at that kind of thing. Just, these are all from the kit, things I've already got out. So, you know, the chopping board, cutting mat, not chopping board, I've already been using, as you can see, but I kind of needed a bigger one than the one I had, and I already accidentally used the silicone mat from Jackie's snack box for cutting. I wasn't paying attention to what I was using and I have made a mess of it. I also need to dig out my UV resin because when I put that away the other day I wasn't really thinking, because I use it quite a bit. Do need to get some more at some point. And stay like that for now. So we need this. This thing weighs a ton. That. Do this back up because of course I pulled it open. There's that. I'm going to leave all these paintbrushes and tools out anyway. They will probably come in handy. Box for that. Oh, there's some more bits from it. Let's move this. Whoops. Just going to move this paint over the other side for now. Sponges from out the kit. There's more paint over there that can go out the way. Hot glue gun. So the epoxy will probably use mine. This is stuff I've had for a little while now, so I'm not got multiples open because I think Jackie's first crap kit had epoxy sculpt, but I've left that sealed, and this has got, what is it? I've forgotten what it's called. Oh, Milliput, that's the one. Find it in the end. Now I've got to move all these guys out of the way because I, of course, put them on top thinking I wouldn't need to move them for a while. I should have known better than that. See, and it might seem like an odd thing to do, and I can't remember if I mentioned it last time, but I've kept all these plaster bits because I thought they could be used for things like if I want to make a stone texture or something, stone base. Oh, I didn't show you guys this. So this was meant to be the steampunk owl from the tutorial Asa Clay did a while back. As you can see, the complete wrong shape. So I am going to start him again at some point, and I'll see if I can use that for something else. So I'll do this without throwing anything anywhere. So I don't want to break anything. Drawing kit. There we go. We got there. So it's just knowing how to stack things and what things to keep out and when. But I decided to put everything back into its containers, just so it's out the way, and I've not got a huge amount of space. Like I say, it kind of looks like I have, but where is it? Aha! Needed the rainbow ink as well. I'm doing something very special for Midnight Size because, oh, that could have gone back in. Never mind. Too late now. Alright. That's that. What's it? There we go. Alright. Kit. Let me go grab Midnight's Eyes. Let's see if I can find. Oh, there it is. So, whoops. Of course I dropped it. Let me stick that up there a second. I know I've just got it down, but at least it's on top now. So, where are we? Okay. I'll bring you down a little bit more. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So these are the bare eyes for Midnight. I decided to use the 15 mils because the next bear I've got planned, is going to be quite a bit different than I'd originally thought, just because I did a mock-up design for him, and I can't not now do it. He ended up looking. Hang on, let's see if I can. Oh, the sketchbook's over there. So he's ended up looking a lot like Deathstroke from DC Comics, and it wasn't intentional. And it was, as I was putting the colour down, I just thought, this really reminds me of something, and I just suddenly clicked in my head what it was. And whilst I could change the colour so it doesn't look like Deathstroke, because I kind of want the bears to be a bit cute and cuddly. Sorry, getting in the way now. Ugh, that was a long way down. I then couldn't unsee it, so yeah, he's now gonna end up being. It's not exactly Deathstroke, but close to, and it's kind of fun. I did watch a lot of Arrow when it came out, and the only reason I stopped is because of the crossover episodes. I'd been watching on DVD because I got the 1 to 5 box set, and then there was a crossover episode that happened between, let me try and remember, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and Flash. And at the time, Sky being Sky, didn't have them all on. So I was kind of waiting for them all to come on, and then I kind of forgot about them. Alright, let's see. I hope this is still okay, because I haven't used it for a while, and that'll be a yes. Okay, good. Well, that went absolutely everywhere, but never mind. So I'm going to stir that in there. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm hoping this works. It should work. So this isn't how I've done it before. When I've done it before, I've coated the resin straight on, but because I wanted to mix the rainbow ink in as well, I thought dipping it might work better. Just so I make sure it goes a little bit of everywhere. Just use this to cover the rest. Oops. These are going to be amazing. At least I hope they are. They already look it. So, whoops. There's my torch. Mind my UV. And what I've been doing, because obviously the eyes aren't translucent, I just start the reaction off with the torch, and then I leave them in the sun sort of for several hours, really, just to make sure they are fully cured. Well, I do not want to do that. I don't actually know if you guys can see that, because unfortunately I've got my camera the wrong way around. So when I'm filming, I'm always using my phone. I have a Huawei 10 Lite, I think it's called, and it's decent enough, but what I've been finding is that the that started to set already. The front-facing camera tends to try and focus on things I don't want it to, or like it struggles to focus when I move in front of it. You might have noticed that. I spotted it in the Creatures of Darkness video, because that was the first time using the gooseneck, and also I used the rear-facing camera because I thought it would be better, because it is a slightly better camera. However, using the rear-facing camera means I can't see what I'm recording, which kind of bugs me a lot. I like to be able to see what I'm doing, making sure I'm at least attempting to get everything in the frame. Okay, that should be enough. Let's get that set the rest of the way. This was just so I didn't waste it, because I will be able to use this for one of my other projects. I've got an idea that it should work for, and that I just set so it doesn't, you know, so it's not tacky. Let's flip that over. I'll always do the underside as well, and I'll fill that up. Like, I really need to get some more UV resin, because I'm running low, I think. I don't really know, actually. Yeah, maybe half left. Not sure. We'll see. I'm just going to top this up. I'm just going to make it. I'm not going to put any more of the ink in. Anyway, yeah, what I was saying about the camera is I hate not being able to see what I'm filming. You know, I find that really frustrating. I do want to get a DSLR upgrade. I've got one, but as I've mentioned before, it's about 10 years old, I think. I do lose track of time. You know, it's just one of those. And a DSLR would be a lot better than using my phone, but you know, it is what it is at the moment. You know, job situations for us are not great. We're doing our best, hanging in there, which is the main thing. There we go, that should be, yeah. Oh, that's hot. That's one thing I do find really cool about resin. You know, I'd never used resin before the kit. Where I am right now, I would be nervous to use proper epoxy resin, the stuff that stinks, and can be toxic. But I know there are ones out there that are better, less toxic. I know entropy resin is meant to be a lot better for you and less toxic. Oh, ow, that is hot. You know, but yeah, I haven't, like I say, I've not got a great deal of space, so I'm not sure I'd have anywhere to keep it apart from anything else. Alright, so look at, see if you can see that. Whee! Those look so cool. Yes, so I'm going to take those downstairs in a minute, finish the curing process just to make sure they're not tacky. Because I found doing the others, yeah, they wouldn't be, they were still tacky if I just used the torch. So yeah, I will put those in the sun. I need to move that so it doesn't end up in the sun later in the day. I think that's why I put it away in the end, because it's been so hot and so sunny. I can't risk it. Anyway, so that is it for this one. Just a little bit random, me waffling. Yeah, can't wait to get into this. I'm going to start recording in a few minutes. I've got to finish or do a bit more editing for tomorrow's video, and that will be the childhood villains video, which will actually be out by the time you see this, so I'll link that down below. I didn't get as much done yesterday as I'd intended. I kind of got absorbed trying to get midnight finished, which does happen quite often with me, but never mind. So yeah, that's it for this one, and I'll see you cubs next time.